Breaking news, the Baltimore Ravens have signed cornerback Desmond King II to the practice squad. This is a surprising move, but let's get into it. Let's just talk about it. So we're going to be here only for a short time tonight, and I apologize in advance that my comments are not coming up, so I'll be reading my comments from my cell phone. But this will be a short stream. Just wanted to come in, check on you. How's everybody feeling after, the loss that we just witnessed the other day with these Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers? But more importantly, wanted to share my thoughts and hear yours about the most recent signing that happened today. Desmond King, what exactly does this cornerback, this veteran cornerback bring to our team? Well, we signed him to the practice squad. So the first thought, I said, let me go look up some stats on him and learn a little bit about him since he now is a Baltimore Raven. 29 years old. You know I stay with some notes, right? So I got my notes right here. 29 years old, drafted in 2017, fifth rounder by the Chargers. Funny, we play the Chargers on Monday night. That's for a different day. So let me stay focused. He was released from the Texans last week, and I said, all right, let's see how he did last year. All right, okay. Well, before we get into 2023 stats, let's talk about what he did in 2024. So far, in this season, he's played one game, did not record any stats. Okay. All right, let's have a look at what he did last year. He played in 7 games, started in 3, and had 46 tackles. And this is for the entire season. Okay, 46 tackles. This is where it got a little bit confusing. And I thought to myself, maybe I'm not reading this correctly, but let me read the stat. Passes defended, 2. 1 sack, no interceptions, PFF grade, 70.5. Do with that what you will. But immediately, my thoughts were, we just benched safety, $70 million safety, Marcus Williams. Eddie Jackson's already having a seat on the bench. We recognize that we need some help in our secondary. But the Ravens announced the other day in John Harbaugh's press conference that Darius Washington has earned his spot as the starting safety moving forward. That leaves us to, what are we going to do at corner? Because we know Marlon Humphrey has been balling out for us this year. He's been doing a phenomenal job. He is showing us that he has heard the chatter amongst the Ravens fan base about how his level of play kind of dropped off from, years past to last year. And he said, no. 2024, 2025 season, I'm coming back. And he has. But then we were opposite of him. We were, I don't want to say stuck, but we had, let's say it that way. We had Brandon Stephens. And we still do. So I'm not going to say had, because there's been no announcement that Brandon Stephens is not going to be our corner moving forward, our starting corner moving forward. But we all know, and we've discussed on this channel several times, Brandon Stephens struggles. He struggles. That's not to say that he doesn't come in and do, sometimes he makes great pass breakups. Sometimes he does very good in coverage. But, there have been more times than not. Miscommunication, lack of good coverage, letting plays just develop right in front of him and he just not recognizing it and not being sharp, not turning his head around quick enough, not getting the interception that had his name on it. So we can go on and on. So Ravens, I guess, thought, hey, we need some help here. We can address this. So let's do it. And that's what they did. So they brought in this veteran. And when I looked at the stats, I said, well, let's see how good he is, right? Let's see how much he's contributed. 2 passes defended. Now, I'll have to take a deeper dive into why he only had 2 passes defended, but this was a quick stream. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. Signing happened a couple of hours ago when I was at work. But right off, just, straight out of the gate, this one does not strike me as one that moves the needle. Again, I recognize he is a practice squad member. Nothing's been said about if he's going to even get any starts or is he going to make the roster. We don't know any of that. We just know that we signed him to the practice squad today. And does he move the needle for this team? Right now, my initial response is he does not. We still have a big problem in our secondary, namely now, okay, I'm not going to say our safeties because I believe that our Darius Washington can do it. I believe he's going to come in and really give us that boost, that jolt that we need. He's demonstrated that he can do it. He can provide that secondary, that safety help over the top. Hopefully, we'll be okay. But in cornerback, I don't know. But I'll take a moment here to just kind of say, and we won't spend too much time. I'm only going to be here for about another 10 more minutes because I do want you all to come over. If you don't have anything else to do, or if you just want to press play and just listen to me talk, I'm going to be on Just Tornado's YouTube channel tonight. The link is in the description box at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was invited to be a guest on her channel just to talk about, give you a little bit about me, share my story, a little bit about my life, and certainly we'll get into talking some Baltimore Ravens. Now, she is not a Baltimore Ravens fan, but she is one now because she started watching my channel, and I love that. I love that about the community. We embrace people, and you guys made her feel welcome, so she'll be here tonight. I'll be on her channel tonight, and so if you don't mind, I'd love you to stop by, just say hello, represent Ravens, say what's up to me. Let me know that you're there. But this one, like I said, this one didn't move the needle for me, but it kind of put in perspective a bigger issue that I have with the Ravens right now. And it kind of comes full circle when we play the Pittsburgh Steelers. We have a very serious issue that unless we remedy it, and I don't see us doing it, i.e. coaching and making sure that our players are disciplined, making sure they are prepared. Unless that changes, and I mean quickly, this team is not winning the Super Bowl this year. This team is undisciplined. This team lacks preparedness. And I know I'm supposed to just talk about Desmond King, but when I see us bringing in someone like him, I think to myself, we've invested so much money elsewhere, and we're not seeing a return on investment. That is frightening because we're spending so much resources, draft capital, you name it. Where are our draft picks? Why aren't they contributing? And then even if the draft picks didn't pan out, why did we not become extremely aggressive come the trade deadline? I don't want to feel like I am taking, I don't want to feel like I'm taking this signing and not recognizing it for what it is. It's practice squad. Okay. The end. He's a depth piece. No problem. But my concern for the team as I start to reflect and as I take my time to really think about who we are as a team, we are a team 1 week who looks to be incredible, looks to be unbeatable. And I know any team can be beaten in the NFL. I understand it's any given Sunday. But then a week later, we come back, we come out, and we look like we are playing scared. We don't know what we're doing. We look haphazard. It's just, those are the things that are on my mind as I think about creating content about the Baltimore Ravens. Because I don't want to come here, hop on a live stream, make a video, and just say, yes, the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in the NFL. And because that's not true. Do we have the potential to be that? Yes. Could we have made a few changes, i.e. different draft picks or some signings in free agency during the offseason, or even most recently at the trade deadline? Could we have done some of those things to put us in a better position? Absolutely. So unless and until the mindset of the Baltimore Ravens is, I want to win and I want to win now, unless that mindset is there and it is evident, then we have to be okay with being second best. Now, I'm not okay with it. And I would believe that most of you are not okay with it either. But that's kind of where I think the team is right now as a whole. I know this is kind of like just, what is she going with this? I'm just sharing my thoughts tonight because the loss to the Steelers weighed heavily on me because we did not have to lose that game. 18-16. We did not. And I don't want to see or even believe that we're wasting Lamar Jackson's time. I'll take a couple comments really quickly. I see everyone in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining. And if you're just now tuning in, this is going to be a quick stream. I'm going to end the stream in a couple minutes because I do have to get prepared for another live stream where I'm going over to Just Tornado's channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd love it if you join me. Zico Kage, good evening. I have one of my awesome channel members, 86 Ghost. Thank you for being here. Ooh, let me see if I have the emojis. Yes, I do. My channel member, 86 Ghost. Thank you so much for joining. DDSQ, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. That's my Florida. I know you're not really a Ravens fan. I know your team is Tampa Bay, but I'm gonna just claim you as a part of the Ravens flock. Is that okay? I also see that Hendo from the Rogue Pod is here. Good evening. Thanks for joining. I can talk sometimes. We'll see. I can talk sometimes. The Hawk TV, good evening. Good evening. They just traded for Trey White. Yes, they did. And Trey White, good thing. I didn't bring him up tonight, but yeah, they traded for Trey White, and he looked good. He looked good. He had a few I think pass breakups. I don't have my notes from the game from Sunday, but he's showing that he's earning more snaps. He is. So that's great. Good for him. That still, to me, doesn't eliminate the issue that we can have great players, good to great, okay? Somewhere in that good to great range. We can have that. But if it's not translating on the field, we are now a 7-4 team. Let me ask you this really quickly before we go. If through the first 11 weeks, someone were to ask you, what do you predict the Ravens a record would be? Would you have said 7-4? I wouldn't, because there are a couple of games that we absolutely should have won. No excuse, should have won. The Raiders, and I'm even going to put the game from this past weekend from Sunday against the Steelers. I think we should have won that one. I do. Yeah, Hawk TV says, sorry, but this is crazy. Let me know what you're talking about, Hawk TV. Deshaun, 86, thanks for joining. Yeah, they're not addressing DN or defensive tackle. They're not. They're just going to ride with the guys. They're going to roll with the guys they have. Meanwhile, we continue to sit players or healthy scratch the players, i.e. David Ojabo, as if we don't need additional bodies out there in rotation for pass rush. I will say, I'm going to take a moment to say this, to rave about my guy, Odafe Owe, with his 2.5, should have been 3.5 sacks last week. But, you have to keep things, like I do, I try to always keep things in proper perspective. Who were you going up against? So yes, he had 2.5 sacks. Let's see if he can do that again against this great Chargers team next week. But we'll preview that game on Thursday night, so make sure you come by. Tracy, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Keep rolling with the wonderful shows. Thank you. Love how your channel is growing. Let me just take 2.5. Thank you, Tracy. Let me just take 2.5 and just tell you that as much as I talk, sometimes when I sit back and I think about how you come to support me, how you come to watch me talk, share your thoughts with me, laugh with me. I want to say cry, because some days I do want to cry about our team. but the amount of support that you show, to me, it's, I don't even have the words. It's indescribable. Sometimes I just think, wow, you guys really are a wonderful group of people, a wonderful bunch. So I'm so blessed to be able to come here every week and just talk about our Ravens and have a wonderful community to share in that with you. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I see you, Ramsey J. Thank you for being here. He can't possibly be worse than Stevens. Yeah, I hope not. But like when I look at stats that tell me that he played 7 games and he had 2 defended 2 passes that were defended on his watch. I don't know. That doesn't sound very good, but we'll see. We'll see. We don't even know if he's going to make the roster. But we'll see. I have a funny feeling he will make the roster at some point, maybe not this week or next week, but I have a funny feeling they're going to want to experiment, much like they've done in the past few weeks at safety. They're going to want to experiment just to see what they have in terms of like, is this a viable option? That's my thought. Simone Sky 410, that is a new avatar. Welcome to the channel. If you would do me a favor, as we get ready to wrap up this show and head into the next one, the link is in the description for Just Tornado's live stream, which I'll be starting with her at 8 p.m. on her channel. If you are new, thank you for being here. Welcome. Please subscribe, join the family. If you enjoyed this pop-up live stream, because I just had to talk about breaking news. We signed someone, and so I wanted to, hear your thoughts. And, from what I can see, we're all thinking the same thing. Like, can't be worse than Stevens, but we shall see. Make sure you do me a huge favor. If you would hit the like button on your way out, I would greatly appreciate it. And please do come by at 8 p.m. That's just enough time to go get your beverage of choice, grab a snack, and join me at 8 p.m. on Just Tornado. Links in the description. The Hawk TV said, Miss Yolanda, you're a genuine soul. That's so kind. Wow. Thank you. I really don't know what to say sometimes other than thank you. And I know it's probably me saying it a lot, but I really am grateful. Ladies, gentlemen, family, I have to run now, but I will see you hopefully in the next 23 minutes. But until next time, you take care, stay safe, and always, always remember, even when we don't win like we didn't on last Sunday, it's still go Ravens. God bless.